I'm amazed that the Canadian government has told us next to nothing about this um, to allow us to prepare for it. Certainly, I know in the U.S., and I was able to follow this in the U.S., they publicized it very, very widely. They told everyone they had to get a digital converter box. They even subsidized digital converter boxes in the US so that no one had any excuse for not knowing and not getting a converter box. Initially they gave a changeover date, I think of January last year, or maybe I think last year, and then it changed then in June. They put off the changeover until June, the end of June, middle of June, because they realized some people weren't quite ready yet. But it was very kind of people friendly in the way they did it. And in Canada, we're being told nothing. There's no preparation. There's no obvious way to buy a digital converter box unless you go on eBay. So it's a bit troublesome.
And why do you think that's the case in Canada?
We're not sure. Governments in Canada sometimes do very strange things, and I think this is just another example of that. Okay, what's unclear to me, and maybe to a lot of people, is people in rural areas, apparently rural transmitters, rural stations are not required to switch to digital, and it's unclear to me whether they will simply continue in analog or go dark. If they go dark, essentially, we will be here with no Canadian channels, whatever. And only American channels. We are thinking that we will get satellite. We haven't yet. If that happened, we would need satellite because we don't want only only American channels. We want some Canadian channels too. So we're waiting to see what they're going to do. We don't know. If Canadian television is to be available ongoingly over the air, I might not get satellite. I'm quite happy with the Canadian channels as I receive them now. If they're going to be taken away, I will have no choice but to get satellite. But certainly I want to receive Canadian channels, Canadian news, Canadian programming, as well as it's nice to get the U.S., but you need the Canadian programming as well.